between the Wood, the Wolf Pack, and the 820 and the 820 gang, I'm going 820. I don't know about y'all. Which men y'all want? The 820s, the Wolves, or the Wood?
I'm going with Patari. Send me there.
I'm going with them too. I got to lean in. What's going on, y'all? We are back We're back here to talk about Sweet Life Los Angeles, season 2. We're here to talk about episodes 3 and 4. Yes, the panel was a little smaller. The girls and the guys had things to do, work especially. So they'll be joining us for some later recaps. But right now, you got to settle for Cortez, Asia, and Sammy. So what's going on, y'all?
Yep.
Huh? Oh, so Asia said we ain't get settled for. I know that's right. Well, we back to talk about the episode. Hope y'all got y'all some more drink. I got me another thing of water because I am still hungover from my trip. So I had to get some more water. But let's get into episode 3. Of course, before we do, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you can know about all the videos we post. Of course, some of you guys may think like, oh, we do all of it, Atlanta, Beverly Hills, and Housewives. We do other shows too. If the interest there, the panel wants to do it, we do it. So subscribe so you'll know when it's posted, and then you'll know all of our get notifications in advance and stuff like that too. Yep. All right. So episode 3 actually continues with Amanda and Ty. And this is where we kind of talked about their conversation. I think most of the panel was kind of like, well, the majority was like ill that Amanda was weak. Myself and Asia felt like Amanda, she did her thing. So any final thoughts on this scene, specifically their sit down? Because in this moment, Amanda tells Ty, more so how Rob feels about her. She does reveal, and this is the conversation she probably should have had earlier. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When he first told her how he felt about her, maybe it would have helped and they could have talked about it, but she didn't. So I'm going to say Amanda, to me, is slightly at fault as well. But I don't know how you would say that. It's kind of weird, but still, I don't know. Maybe it would have helped. And Ty expresses that the reason why it hurt her so much and based on what he said was because she's lost friends in the past based off of that, not being held accountable. So, that's why it hurt her. She was shocked, and that not only was it coming from him, but she was hearing the shit again. That's what I got from it. Mm-hmm. So any thoughts on this scene before we move to the next one?
I just hope that Ty really took in what Amanda was saying and they don't have that type of issue with them disrespecting one another.
You think she's going to do it again?
People. I don't know if she'll do it again, but it doesn't feel like it's ended.
Yeah.
Ty's how old? 26 at this
26,
point?
I think.
Yeah, this is 27 years of her acting this way. So it's going to take longer than a conversation. It's going to take more than like one single conversation for changed behavior. However, I think this was a switch because it was coming from Amanda, her childhood friend. If my childhood friend, her name was Lauren. If Lauren came to me and was like, girl, you acting like this, you can't do this no more, I would really listen to her. Whether it like her man saying it, I don't care. But if my friend said it, I'm gonna try to start changing my behavior. Yeah. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it'll get better.
Well, I think it's gonna happen again.
You think between her and Rob?
I think she's gonna do some more disrespectful shit to Rob because she's already said how she felt about him in so many ways. And I look at their relationship as big sis, little sis. And in this case, Tylynn is big sis, and Amanda is the little sis who was running up behind her, unfortunately. And I really feel like their relationship, this also shows an imbalance in their relationship. I feel like Amanda holds her in a higher regard than she even holds, than Tylynn holds Amanda. And so with that, in those kind of relationships where they're not on equal playing ground and equal playing field, it's going to happen again in some kind of way. And I don't think they're going to be friends for a very long time. That's just me.
I mean, look, you a doctor,
I ain't that kind of doctor. I just got my own relationship, but she, we've seen her argue and cut people crazy, and so she just doesn't know how to control her mouth when she's mad. When she's hurt, it don't matter what it's mad day. What do you call it? Mad day.
It's mad. It is mad day.
And it's unfortunate.
And it does keep happening. And I don't think I noticed it until this season.
Oh, she gets real, bro. Oh no, it's just too much. So we'll see. So also in this episode, she has the legacy event. Wasn't that the event last season she had?
The legacy
table. Yeah.
The legacy tables. I remember that. So then this year she's having the event in New York. So she got the call. And so she has a conversation with Cheryl in Miami. And basically, because at this moment, she's okay with Miami, but she doesn't really know where she's staying with Cheryl. They kind of talk about their relationship and that they don't really have any issue, even though earlier Ty kind of made it like they did, even though they had a whole conversation last season. But she announces the trip to New York, and she says that she wants them to come. Knowing that Becky don't like Miami, and I guess I don't think the girls had an issue with Cheryl, but because Ty had an issue with her, I think they probably did, but I don't think Cheryl was really the issue. Any thoughts on this scene?
Yeah, the only thing with Cheryl is Amanda's team Ty, so whichever way the wind blow with Ty, that's the way Amanda gonna go. That when it comes to Cheryl, I think that's the only thing that I will point out. So because they're playing nice right now, Amanda's playing nice too.
Okay. Sammy.
I got a call, so I didn't get to hear none of y'all said the recording 1 hour.
We were saying that basically, how did you feel about her inviting Miami on the trip, knowing that Becky was coming? I mean, that Becky was going to be there, and just her relationship with Cheryl. Because I was saying that it seemed like Cheryl doesn't have an issue with anybody, but it seemed like the girls at the first scene of the season, they were all talking about Cheryl. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like they had already kind of disassociated themselves with Cheryl because Ty was having some kind of unknown beef. That's
right. I'm glad she invited Cheryl. I want them to try to figure that out. My only issue I took with Ty is, okay, it's cool that you invited Miami. I just think she did it wrong. She did it in reverse. She should have went and talked to Becky first and ran about Becky to see how Becky would feel, and then invited Miami on there. That's
like that. And I'm saying Ty don't be caring about her friends like that.
Becky was gonna say no, but you know what? Becky would have said no. And that's probably why Ty did it the way she did. So more so saying like, this is my decision, my choice, and you just gotta run with it.
Bree asked her earlier, told her that mine was coming, and I we didn't even talk about that, but I felt weird as to why Bree was so pressed for Miami to be there. Like
production.
That was weird. Yeah, I guess maybe it was production.
It's a production thing, so I think what she did was out of courtesy, like let her know without breaking the third wall or whatever, or fourth wall. I forgot. Yeah, whatever. Without breaking it, like, this is what is going to happen.
Okay. So after she announces the trip, we get a scene with Rob and Amanda and Ty and Jay. And this is the first time they have all been together since the event that happened a couple of days ago, I guess. And I'm just gonna say Ty kind of started off all wrong. She started off with no accountability, not surprising. But Jay was this is the first moment where I realized, okay, I don't think I really like Jay no more, because Jay is kind of like interjecting himself, and he's being slightly aggressive to Rob, you know what I'm saying, on how he rides for Ty. Like, there's no issue with riding for your girlfriend and stuff like that. But when it comes to, you still have to own up to what the consequences that is. And the consequence of what happened last time was that you was in a whole physical altercation, you know what I'm saying, over that. And so, Jay talks about his issue that he has with Rob, sticking up for PJ. And, in this moment, Rob has said that he kind of wants Amanda to have his back. So he really ain't saying much. I feel like he kind of held back to see what Amanda was going to say. Do you think that was right? Or you think maybe he should have said more himself in the conversation?
I think Rob has a problem with being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And it showed with his situation with Tylynn, and now it's showing with his situation with Amanda. Because you don't need to provoke somebody or sit back and just see what they're gonna do. You need to be an adult about, like he said, I want you to do this. However, if we know Amanda doesn't want to be involved in this shit already, don't put her in a situation more, because to me that's disrespectful. I told you I don't want to be in the middle of it. It's already making me feel so weird to have one side with my man, one side with my best friend. Like, I just really want y'all to squash this, be cordial with each other, and move on. So don't sit here and be mad at me again when I already told you what it is. So I think that he needs to step up, speak for himself, because at the end of the day, this is his issue with Tylynn. This is not him and Amanda's issue with Tylynn. Amanda's issue with Tylynn was she talked to my man crazy. But her accountability, Amanda don't give a fuck about.
I think just in this moment where the one where when they were sitting at the dinner together, the way that Jay was jumping down his throat because he was in so defending Ty, I think that Rob was sitting there waiting for Amanda. This is what you gonna step up? You gonna have my back like he's having her back? I think he was waiting to see that, and he didn't get it. When she did get to speak, she basically was just saying, everybody else is both of y'all. It's not one, it's not the other. But he definitely, in my opinion, was waiting for her to stick up and have his back at that table, and it wasn't gonna happen. Yeah. Now, I will say, because I never thought of it that way, I can see how it was slightly passive aggressive for him to just sit there and looking at her, waiting for her to say something. But at the same token, she's told him that she does not want any parts on it, and he's told her that he doesn't feel supported. So I think they need to get with one another and have a conversation to figure that out.
Yeah, like, what does support actually look like to you? Because support to me is X, Y, and Z. So yeah, they have to figure out what support.
I think he just wants him to say the thing is, sometimes you want things to be corrected in the moment. Everything don't need to be, I sat on it and I thought about it. And I think in this moment, I think she wants her, and maybe I don't know. I mean, I just feel like he wanted her to say something more, like the energy she had for Ty when she had the conversation, once she heard Ty basically confirm on what she said to Rob. I think that's the energy she should have had, a little bit of that when she saw that, not only because Jay was making the situation worse.
He's making it worse.
He was I thought he was very aggressive to Rob, almost like he was like bucking up at him, like like, and then it ended up like, I'm gonna ride for my woman, so if I gotta fight you, it was giving very like,
if I gotta fight you, I gotta fight you.
Yeah, I didn't really like that, especially because we already seen this earlier with PJ, and so he's already made a lot of comments. He said that he felt, he feels like betrayed. I'm like, well, what the hell did Rob do other than that he's hanging out with PJ? Like, what is the real issue with PJ?
It's the PJ. There's no real issue with Jalen and PJ other than Jalen don't like PJ. Jalen don't like PJ aside, on his own. That's it. I think where he's hurt with Rob is that blindsidedness. Like, where the fuck is this coming from? Because we kick it. So but he was being very aggressive. And I think if Amanda would have piped in, it would have made her just as wrong as Tylynn was with saying how she acted with Rob.
Well, she didn't have to necessarily go at Jalen, but she could have told basically the same shit. She had already told Amanda herself, like, this is mine, you got to respect mine. She could have said the same stuff in front of Rob so he could know, okay, well, she is out here combating for me, but she just chose not to.
There were 4 people at the table, and it was still 2 versus 1. I just say that. That's what it gave at the table. It was this.
It ended up being 3 versus 1. Rob is in a lose-lose.
You're right, and because Amanda Amanda might as well sat in the car and just
I think she wanted to sit in the car. Amanda really did not want. She didn't want no parts of this shit. She just didn't.
Well, she said she wanted him to talk to Ty, and I'm like, what?
And she meant just that. Y'all talk. I ain't saying nothing.
Right,
that's exactly what she meant.
And I think that's where to me, with how Jalen was, I feel like if Ty was a little bit more mature, she would have been like, no, calm down. We're talking.
And you see, what's funny about that, because when they were sitting outside of the coffee shop or wherever they were, she was telling him, yeah, you came to my defense, but I didn't make you do all that. But now he's doing it again, but because it's in your defense and you want that, you just letting it be.
Yeah. And this Ty and Jay, when they were having coffee. Because they both were at that point, they were both trying to hold each other accountable.
They were both saying you were wrong, and now y'all here doing the same thing.
I didn't like that. He tried to flip that on her and blame her for his action. I like when she said, you know what I'm saying, like, you made a choice. Like, Don't sit here just because you defended me. That's great. There's a certain part of you that should be like, okay, like I fucked up. Like it's not. Nobody told you to slap this man or try to sneak this man. Nobody. That's like
it's terrible.
It ain't you. I mean, I get what he's saying, but PJ wasn't coming at Ty crazy. Let's be clear. He was not.
That scene made me actually be on PJ's side. That part where him and Jay went at each other, and then when Jay and Tylynn were going at each other, that made me be on Tylynn's side and be like, okay, Jay, you're the problem. Like it's a whole bunch of people who are just the problem in different situations overall, and nobody's realizing like we all just acting dumb as fuck.
We all just enabling each other to do.
We're all fucking up, and that's fine. But Jay is a whole nother level of immature. It's so.
It's kind of ridiculous how he is.
It's very ridiculous.
I didn't see this in all last season. I thought he was a nice little addition. I was like, okay, cool, but it's just like, I don't know, because he a main cast member, or maybe he was trying to work to get it. It is so disgusting to see. It's disappointing.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
You don't have to be rah-rah all the time. And I feel like when I was the 26, 27 is when I was realizing, as you ain't got to be rah-rah all the time.
You ain't got to do this.
You ain't got to throw hands at everybody. Like, it's okay. Calm down. Somebody talk to you crazy, let them just look crazy.
By the damn self. But
all the energy he gives is that it gives like, I'll punch you right now. It's almost like it's everything. It's weird.
Very confident.
Especially since he got a click now, so it's even like he don't care. He's annoying. I hate to see him turning into this character. Like I hate it. I enjoyed him so much last season, but just like Amanda, he probably need less camera time because what he's getting.
I wish I could see what Chase is. So if you're watching right now, Chase is watching the show. He's behind the scenes right now. He's commentary. I don't know if y'all can see the chat over here.
I can see it. You want me to read it out? It says Chase.
Go ahead.
It says
give us the Sunday version. Give us the Sunday version. Go ahead.
Jay is a BAN. And the worst reality TV promotions is Marlo. I will refuse
like that.
with that thug. LOL.
Well, I put LOL.
Oh.
That's me.
I've had too much rum. I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay. So after that scene, I mean, I don't feel like anything got accomplished. I didn't like the way Jay was the whole time, but we'll talk about him some more too. He does some more bitch ass shit.
No, Jay, Rob and Tylynn kind of came to a truce in that.
Yeah, they did. I mean, yeah. Out of respect for Amanda, because Amanda gave him no goddamn choice. Amanda said, "This y'all shit. Like, I don't want to do this. Y'all need to make up." I'm like, okay, so. We get a scene with Ty's having this meeting, getting ready for the Legacy event in New York. Candace is there. You remember Candace from last season? Mm-hmm. Candace is her good friend, and she got a chance for blue hair last season. But this season, she cool. I thought she was funny last season, but she really like calmed down. I don't know if Ty pulled her to the side and said, "Look, you act right, girl. This is her nigga."
Honestly, Candace was really just on vacation, living her best life. Like
Candace was drunk,
you drunk and having fun.
It was a situation that went wrong and it turned left accidentally because she's a totally different.
Ty lost control of somebody, and that's what it gave. She didn't like it.
Yeah, it was more so Ty didn't like her friend being drunk and having a good time on her birthday. But like I said before, if I'm drunk enough, it's my birthday too.
You did say that. So at the meeting, she shares that Cheryl and Myami are coming. And Becky, her face is very disgruntled. She doesn't like it. She feels betrayed. And she don't know if she want to go. And Candace is like, well, girl, don't give her that power. Like, like you should not go. Because somebody like, well, in a way, why are you running? Like, what are you running from? And Becky storms off and leaves the scene and goes out, and she's crying. And Ty just like, I think I don't want to say Ty's slow, but something a little off. Her facial expressions and how she reacts is very inhuman.
That's her listening face.
It's weird. I don't know.
Her listening face. That's her listening.
Yeah, that's just me. But she storms off and she goes and talks to her. Ty goes and talks to Becky, and Becky just says that because in the meeting she was just like, Becky was getting upset. Becky was like, let me make the decision. Like, I'll let you know. And then Ty was like, huh? And she's like, I'll let you know. Like, let me think on it. And Ty's like, huh? I'm like, girl, you don't get it. The kids don't want to go. It was a weird, awkward scene. But what are y'all thoughts on Becky not want to go on this damn trip because of Miami? Becky has expressed that she got death threats. She got a lot of things that has happened in the last season. First of all, it's reality TV. I know everybody's different, but I'm sure everybody got all kind of messages and hate mail for whatever. But that's the role you decided to play on TV. Yes, you got a little embarrassed, but nonetheless, what are y'all thoughts on Becky storming out, not really wanting to go, and Ty kind of coming to talk to us? They did come to an agreement, and Becky, they didn't fall out. I thought it was gonna fall out. I'm like, damn, Ty fought over everything about it, but it didn't end that way. So, Tammy.
Becky was never not going to New York. She was never not finna skip out on that trip because Miami was going. That was the facade she put up, and she thought the tears would make Ty be like, okay, well, you know what? I will just disinvite Miami. That's not what that was. Becky's just hurt because she has to. I get the death threats. She does give me like that would really shake her up, but I think it's still more so just because of the whole PJ thing. She has to have Miami around her, which in her mind is the reason her and PJ didn't work out. She has to keep thinking about that every time she sees Miami. And then I'm sure to learn that now we stand in an Airbnb that basically is being gifted to us by Miami. Like, she don't want no parts of Miami. But unfortunately, because she's in the circles of the show, I mean, that's just what it is. But I don't think for a second that she was ever going to let that flight leave and her not be on it with the rest of some girls. That was just a scare tactic that did not work.
But she feels her. Do you feel like her feelings are valid? She feels like
I absolutely think I think her feelings are valid.
She feels like the group is constantly let's remove production from it, right? Let's just say this is real reality TV, right? She feels like they're putting her in uncomfortable situations. She says she chooses peace, and when Miami's there, whether she starts it or not, she don't feel at peace, and she feels like she is having to be around this girl, and her friends are putting her in these situations. So you say you feel like
I absolutely can agree with her feeling like, why is my friends, why y'all placing me into this situation? But you cannot say I'm choosing peace and you finna get on the plane and go where you know ain't gonna be no peace. At this point,
you saying like she should be like, girl, fuck this shit. I ain't
saying.
At this point, this is what you're doing, especially being that the BBB event, the Butter event. The first thing you was throwing shade at the girl. So are you just
true? And that's
you just don't want to be around the girl, which like.
That's why I said whether she starts it or not, because like Chad said in the last review, she does. She's a villain and she plays victim. She does. She kind of reminds me of like Ashley Darby, child. That was she reminds me. Yes. Very Ashley Darby, and she's the same skin tone as Ashley Darby too, so that makes a lot of sense. But
and I think that's more so just that's their relationship, because I know for me and my friend group, if you know something makes me uncomfortable and you want to invite that to me, now we got to evaluate a whole bunch of things, because I'm telling you I'm not okay with this. You're still doing it anyway, but then at the same time, me and my friends, we respect each other enough to not do something like that. So that's how they've been moving at this point. She's just the one that's made uncomfortable with, and now she want to cry about it.
The tweet, she says hate mail, but the tweet she got were pretty much like, damn, you was wrong. Like, fuck you, why you acting like that? Why you treating this girl like that? Like,
she
was.
She thought
that comes up later too.
I think she's walked through life with being able to be this person. But in 2020, it was 2021 at the time when it aired. In 2021, baby, we don't play them games no more. Like, you can't just sit around and be pretty and think that's enough to get people on your side. No, we can see you are a bitch. You were mean to this girl, and we're going to call you out on it. And so, because she's not only not used to that in her everyday life, but in the world, like, that is traumatizing enough. What she's doing now is she's trying to pin the blame on PJ and pin the blame on everybody else and pin the blame on Miami. And it's your fault. Baby, if I was her and I found out Miami was going to New York too, I would have got up and cried too, because I'm like, damn, I got to deal with this bitch again. She let me have it at every single moment. Like, this
every time I see her, she would be my ass.
Every time I see her, she light my ass the fuck up. And I can't take this shit. Yeah. Like, I would be Becky in that situation. Like, I can't deal. I can't.
Well, and it looks like that's what's happening. The girl,
I just want to wear my hot water pants and have her not say nothing about it. But nah, she won't let me get away with my too small joggers. Like, Miami.
I hate that, because you know, to some people that don't have clear vision, it looks like Miami is the villain. It looks like she is causing turmoil, especially when, you know, you have Becky playing the whole like as if she's depressed and stuff like that. She's really playing in this role, a very, you know, sticky role to be playing in that most people reach out to for empathy and sympathy. So, and I hate that, especially like Chad said, the light skin versus dark skin. That a lot of that, a lot can come from this. So I hate that she's doing that, especially because we know she is just as guilty in this situation. She's not necessarily a victim to me. But yeah.
I'm surprised she hasn't gotten any comments about that remark when she was telling the girl, "You're not even on my level." Like, what exactly was that?
I think people.
Oh, it'll come about. Trust me.
That's what I'm saying. So if you know you were getting them threats, you probably gonna go on TV and be a little bit more selective about the language you use.
But she's not used to dealing with it. She ain't never had to pivot. Like, she's always just been this pretty girl who gets what she wants. She get the nigga she want. She get the attention she want, and that's it. But
yeah,
right now, nah. On HBO Max, baby, that's not what's happening.
In Miami's world, nope.
Because Miami
be sitting on Reddit. She be sitting on Reddit every time, and it's just like
Miami be like a little wrong or like a little like aggressive, but it's always in response, so you can't really.
It's always warranted. Yes, I can.
You can't blame her for being.
She know this girl don't like her, and she's always sitting on Reddit. So it's just the place they're in until
like, Miami's not scared of Becky. Becky is scared of Miami.
Becky is terrified of Miami. Let's just be very clear. Like,
she's terrified termite.
Yeah. All right. So we got a scene with Amanda and her family, and she's telling her family, her mom and dad, that first of all, this is the order that she told them. Let's start there because she was already wrong. She told them first that he is quitting his job and he is going to be pursuing being a comedian full time. That was the first one. Then she said that they're going to be moving in together. And my comment here says, wrong order, baby. Wrong order. None of it is good information in general, especially the job. But you think you would maybe start the other way around. I don't know, but I guess she wanted to start with the hardest first. And child, her dad is like, okay. Her mama is projecting everything that she wants her daughter to have and be. She even slips up and says, "That's not what we planned.
That's not our dream.
That's not our dream." And Amanda catches it, and the daddy like, "Ooh, like you done fucked up now," because he even come in to her defense. But honestly, we see this a lot, especially with parents. I mean, that's her only child. That's her baby.
That's her baby.
Again, we see another edition where it seems like they don't really like Rob. Like, they may not really be that like liking him like that, or liking him for her. And that comes out, and she basically questions like, "What about your career? What about all this?" And I'm like, in my head, like, well, why you saying like she's doing well? Like, your daughter's doing well. I mean, yes, she may have a boyfriend that's not equally yoked, but she's doing well right now. So my comment says, "Damn, nobody like Rob." What do y'all thought?
I like Rob.
I don't like Rob. I loved Rob last season. I do not like Rob this season, but I also liked Tylynn last season. I don't like Tylynn this season.
Yeah. So I like Rob this season. Last season, he was just like, okay, sure.
I really liked Rob last season, but this season, no. And I think my thoughts are, when people be like, "Oh my God, I can't stand Asia. I don't like Asia." I always say, well, it's me. Yeah, you don't like me because I'm me. So I'm like, well, why don't everybody like Rob? Like, Rob gonna have to sit in his shit on why people don't like him at some point. Yeah. Same thing with Tylynn. So I'm sorry I'm bringing Tylynn into this, but that's the
Tylynn like that. How I get in it? Tylynn,
I ain't even doing that. But I'm just saying, like, I think there's a like, why do people not like Rob, and why does everybody view Rob this way? And the way her mama just like up, her arms went up. She like went
baby off. She said, "Oh hell no."
No. Like, I was like, damn. Like, everybody got to whiff your armpits just now. Like, her arms went all the way up. And I'm like, that caught, whatever it was, it caught her the fuck off guard. And she's like, "I put too much money into you." She basically said, "I put too much money into you for you to be having some bum ass nigga shack up under you."
Yeah.
And then it's confusing because I don't know how her mom feels about Rob, because it's one moment you finna let him move in with you, but it's also y'all not getting married. Do you want her to marry the man? I don't know what she's asking.
I don't think it's that marriage comment is just a standard comment to saying, why is this not the priority first? I don't think she necessarily wants her to get married to him, because it's clear as day it's clear as day how these people feel about Rob. They have said it without even saying it. Everybody has said
but
it.
I am curious to know why. Like, has he always? Did he just start working? Like, what was the issue with her parents, Rob? I am
it
curious.
Sounds like they got him the damn job.
But you know, they probably did.
It sounds like it. It sounds like
they probably did, and they probably had to talk her out of moving in with him, or letting him move in when he moved out there in the first place. Like, it just seems like it's layered. Like, we know y'all, we know they went to college together, but there was like a break in between them going to college and him coming out. Cause like, what the fuck? Like, don't nobody. I liked Rob at first. Like, we don't know what happened. Not when the armpits go up.
How y'all feel about Jay telling Ty he want a baby?
Next subject.
It's just Jay just taking him. At that point, I was like, oh hell no.
Him and his cousin can go to hell. Like, no.
With that bullshit.
Like,
bullshit.
What? I mean, what? How do you just? I don't even know. How do you? And I'm asking you as a woman. How do you tell a woman you love them and that they're your everything, but the first thing you want to do is you want to have a baby, as if they some side hood bitch relationship? You know, it's just weird.
It's part of the upbringing
without even considering a ring. Like, what? And you think a child is going to make you better? You think a child is going to help you? And it's like you want a child for a damn hobby. Like, I need something to play with.
I need something to do. Yeah,
I need something to play with. Basically, like, it's weird.
So he was like, "That's just the spark. The spark I need. The child is going to be the spark. I don't think he's supposed to.
Because he's clearly
that's not the order.
He's obsessed with her. Like, I don't know if y'all was even gonna talk about that, but even when she gone, he just be like, "Oh my God, Ty, like, I just can't. I don't even know where she at. Like, where she at right now? I need to be laid up under her." Like, and she be like,
I don't see anything wrong with him wanting a baby, but the fact that he's like trying to get her to have one now, I just can't believe it.
Because I think he thinks she's going to leave him. Like, in my head, when somebody acts like that with me, thank God my husband's not like that. But if somebody acts like that with me, like, I'm like, oh, you scared? I'm about to bounce. That means I'm leveling up. So that means I'm gonna bounce. Like, what you think I could get? You think I get an NFL player? Because I think for whatever reason in his head, like, she's getting up there,
she's
like
elevating.
She's leveling up. And I don't know if y'all know this, but he is the provider in their relationship.
He is?
Oh, yes, he's an EMT. And he does, and he has like they talk about Gerald working for like Will Smith's company, but he has like credits on, I think he produces shows and stuff too.
Okay.
So he's the breadwinner, he's the moneymaker in that relationship. So in his mind, it makes sense, like, well, I'm the one bringing in the money for real. Like, you do this party house thing, but like, I'm the breadwinner. You can have a baby.
Child, she can find somebody else with braids. Okay. It ain't hard to find.
It ain't hard to find, but I think that's where his mindset is. Whereas her, she was like, "Well, I'm leveling up. I'm just getting started. I'm not about to do that. I don't want to."
Okay. Well, it comes up again, and we'll talk about it then too. They show a little quick scene of Amanda and Rob. They move in together or move in. I was confused. They was talking about decorating, but it was already decorating.
Energy.
I don't know what that was, but at this moment, it is revealed that the New York trip is the same weekend as his first comedy show. And she said she ain't gonna be able to go. I mean, do y'all think that she's blaming it on? She said she gives a disclaimer. She says she's not going to New York to be choosing Ty. She's going because she's trying to help herself, and it's for her. It's not about Ty. And I feel like when you have to give a disclaimer, then that's what it's about. But that's just me. I mean, she can try to use all these words to say why she going there. But me personally, because it was it wasn't intentional. It seems like they didn't know about these events. I don't think there's anything wrong with her going, but I mean, he felt a way about it. You know, he was like, "Damn, you're gonna miss my first big show." That's what he said.
How do you feel about it, Cortez? You go first.
Ah, so honestly, it's really just a damn girls trip. I'm sorry. This legacy thing is cool and all, but I feel like in this moment where he's already expressing that she don't support him, she should have been at the damn comedy thing. I feel like the timing of that. But I mean, especially because he really wanted her there, you know. And maybe it would have shown that, because I don't feel like she truly support him as a comedian. I don't feel like she really here for it. I feel like she know, like, y'all watching P Valley, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know when he came in and called his girlfriend cheating with that doctor, what's his name?
Yep.
And she told him,
Obama.
She was like, you're not gonna win, you're not gonna get it, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think she has that mentality of him. Like, she loves him to death, but she knows that comedian stuff is not it. Personally, she has the mentality of a 9-to-5 girl. She's not a, you know, it takes a true creative and a true entrepreneur mentality to go after your dreams. She don't have that. Her dreams are standard to, I need money, I'm working 9 to 5. And so I feel like she don't support him in that capacity. And I feel like she should have went to that event and maybe just went to New York the next day, because it seems like she could have did that. Just saying. But
that's why I'm at with it. I get. So is she a part of like the team, like with Ty's house party creative? Like, does she literally work? Okay, so I'm not necessarily mad that she went out.
Event.
PR.
Okay. That she's done the PR for, but she has a 9-to-5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I was confused. But honestly, I'm not mad at her for not missing that event because it was business wise. Now I do think that she could have made that man show and then went the next day or the day before, whatever it was. I think she didn't even think to try to like include him in his big show. That's my only issue with that. But I'm not mad at her for going. She could have sent them some roses or something. She didn't do shit. She just did not show up though. Like, she could have did something.
Oh, Sammy, I didn't even think about that. Like,
she could have did something. I sent him a bottle before he got on stage. Anything. She sent a couple of text messages, and I think he sent them first because he said I'm about to go on. Did she even reply? Hell, I don't know. Now I think I am mad she didn't go. Thinking about it.
Oh fuck! I should have went first.
Yeah,
I think that. I feel like the urgency was the CJ Wallace and it being Biggie's like anniversary. I think that was the urgency that she didn't put at the forefront, and I think that's probably the only reason that she didn't go later was because when she got there, she brought it up on camera, like, yeah, it's Biggie's like 50th anniversary or whatever, and his son, blah blah blah, so we can get some more business. So I think the urgency was like getting there, getting to him, making sure he came to the event and like getting all that. I think that's the PR side. And I feel like that is her vision of breaking off from her 9-to-5. Working with Tylynn is helping her, you know, build her like independent, like ad hoc PR agency that she eventually wants to go into. This is all subjective.
She actually said that though. She actually said
she did. But she made an earlier comment about the 9-to-5, and it just came to me. It became a little clear that that's when I was like, okay, this is not really like PR. That's, to me, that's not in the same feel of like being a creative. You know, in LA, you know that people come to LA, they come chasing dreams, whatever goes on. They want to be comedians, they want to be singers. So what he is doing, he's living the LA dream. He got PJ who can give him, you know, he got his foot in the door. He's going around. So he's doing what he came to LA to do. She's from LA, so she don't really have that same mentality as he does. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just don't think she supports that him at all. Actually,
she probably don't think that nigga funny. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I would have. I don't think she think he's funny.
Well, I will say, I think something else that I'm considering at this point, thinking about how she was saying that she wants to move her career to the next level outside of Tylynn and Rob, and the fact that Rob is telling her, I'm about to quit my job so I can do my stuff full time. She probably was like, well, shit, let me get my ass up here in New York so I can speed up me trying to get my shit together since we both in it this time. Yeah, so and I think she's gonna become resentful if it takes off for him before she's able to be what she wants.
Oh, that's gonna happen regardless.
It's gonna so
he's gonna make it, and he's gonna end up being the breadwinner in their relationship in my eyes. My eyes. And you know I'm anti-Rob, but I think he's. I feel like he's gonna take off. Even if they're at an equal like playing field, I don't think he's not gonna take off. So I understand her little teeter-totter. Like, well, he could make the money. He could be the Eddie Murphy. He ain't gonna get to that level, but I see him doing well in this space with the platform he has. Because
I was just gonna say, especially
this gives you opportunity to get supporters, haters, whatever, people tweeting about you, all that other stuff. However, like Chase said, Rob is a social climbing user. He absolutely is. And I don't think that's lost on Amanda. So if that's who my man is and I'm peeping that's who he is, like I'm gonna go get mine too. And my shit was booked before you decided to do this comedy show with your new best friend who I don't fuck with. Like we're all forgetting she don't fuck with PJ. Outside of
Tylynn, she fuck with Rob, I think.
Who? She don't. I said Amanda. They're roommates. To me, in my humble opinion, they are roommates. They are boyfriend and girlfriend, but they roommates. If they got married, they definitely be roommates. They don't give like we fuck all day. To me,
I don't know. I don't really. I would love to see what. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I think y'all know where I'm going with this. Chase said Rob is definitely going to make it. He has that sitcom, rom-com look that cast. That's true. And I mean, he's gonna be just fine. The comedy show is later, but the comedy show, I thought he did pretty well from what we saw.
He was good to me.
I'm not big on stand-up comedy personally, but I thought he had a good little situation going on. So
he's gonna be he's in terms of like Hollywood, like he's fine. Like he's going to make money from it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this last scene in episode 3 is the child. Myami and Becky, they conversation. Now, I don't know who idea was it for them to have this conversation in front of Becky's house.
Tylynn.
Very much so. I'm about to fight you. I'm about to whip your ass. So come outside.
In front of your house.
In front of your house. It didn't make Becky look no better because Becky was dressed to fight too. Let's be clear. But Myami looked like she was ready to throw. And I'm talking about throw outside the club. But in the conversation, I did put why she in her house. But in the conversation, Becky starts. So Myami starts to explain where it started. Becky, they talk about the first moments in which Myami got on a trip last year. We all saw it, and Becky was making those comments about Myami said she heard those comments. Becky said that basically Myami is taking it out of context, and that wasn't her intention. And Myami is like, girl, you're not gonna gaslight me. I know exactly what I heard. This is what you said. And I just knew at some moment it was gonna turn into very much so, bitch, you in front of my house moment, because she was just like, you're not gonna talk in front of my house, and Myami was like, we can go stand over there. Like, ooh,
you can catch me outside.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these things,
she wrapped it up quick though. It went back to
it way up. But I will say this. In this whole season, a lot of these things have been very intense. I ain't gonna lie, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know what's going on in this season, but I'll be sitting like, oh child, oh my gosh, she finna I don't know what's gonna happen. But after that, they, this kind of carries into episode 4, but they talk, and Becky starts crying, and Myami asks her, she's like, girl, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
She was like, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Right, bitch, you okay? It was weird. But what did I think about this conversation? They get to a good moment, and which I was hoping they did, because I'm tired of them kind of going back and forth. Like, it's getting old, especially the fact that it's over PJ's lame ass.
Who ain't thinking about either one of that.
Who ain't thinking about now one.
He was pretty much begging for a hug from Myami at that.
He's probably thinking about Myami. Becky, no. He done with Becky. Becky, he got what he wanted from her. But what y'all think about the scene? And just the whole thing, how it escalated, how it de-escalated, and how it ended.
I at first thought, why in the hell would you let this girl pull up at your house? But then it made sense. In case Miami jump on her, she needs to be able to scream for her mama or somebody to come out there and pull that girl up off of her. Because ain't no way you pull up to my house. I am glad that they were able to not only get to a resolve, but they were very direct and they didn't kind of like tiptoe around the issues that they were having. Becky definitely lied. Her intentions were not for Miami to hear her saying those things when they were in Palm Springs, but she definitely was trying to be nasty about it, and Miami just happened to call her out on it, and all of a sudden that's when she became the victim. But she definitely was talking shit. She just didn't think Miami was going to approach her about it.
Yep.
I will say, going back to what I was saying about Becky being in this friend group and her getting placed in awkward situations, for her to tell Miami, it's kind of funny that you're the first person to ask me what's going on when I break out into tears. That should be telling to her. If you've been having these issues all this time and not one of them friends of yours have said, bitch, what's wrong?
Think about it. With that comment, Sammy, Becky was a friend of last season. She is Bree's friend. I think they are making her seem like she's more in that circle. But she really, if you think about last season, she was there, but she ain't in the core of the group. The core is Amanda, Ty, and Bree. And then you got she's like, you know how you have a friend and that friend is in the circle because of you. That's Becky. Yeah. So, but yes, I agree that comment when she said that, like nobody's ever asked me what's wrong, because Bree the whole season has been telling her, girl, get over it. Girl, you bringing down my mood. Girl, you messed up my butter business. Bree ain't been giving a fuck. Let's be clear. She ain't cared about nothing.
But that's also because Bree probably tired of hearing about it. She said they've been talking about it all for the last few months. But I don't know. It's
in my eyes.
Yeah.
If your friend is telling you how she felt, whatever, I mean, I get it, being tired of talking about it. But if your friend is, whether she milking or not, and she says she depressed and stuff like that, you just don't keep saying like, "Girl, get over it." Like, I'm tired of hearing about it.
I feel like you in those situations, if you're a real friend, you definitely don't tell your friend to get over it. If you're tired of hearing about it, you come up with like, you still listen to your friend.
We have to get a solution.
You don't have to engage back. You just be like, "Oh damn, that's crazy."
But let's figure out, like you said, let's figure out how to figure it out.
Yeah, because my thing is more so, I get this is a problem for you, but we're not going to keep having the same conversation.
We can have. I need you to have the conversation as much as you need to have it for you to get over it. That's me, but I'm patient with my friends.
I'm glad you said that, Asia, because I was thinking something and it left my mind. When it comes to Becky and all this crying that she's doing, Bree has been more so, I guess like enabling her, letting her go on and talk about it, because she said before that, I don't say things to you because I don't want. I mean, she says later, I say things to you because I don't want to trigger you or upset you or something. But at this point, because now she's in front of Miami, and Miami don't give a damn about none of that. Now she wants to break down because she can't have her way of let me just rant and vent and throw this all on you. So I don't know. I think Becky, she is going to have to. Becky have to grow the hell up.
She does. I think that's the part. So I think her friend is giving her the space to vent over and over and over again. But Becky is not liking the response that her friend is giving her. Becky is like, be on my side. And Bree is like, no, I'm just.
And Bree is like, girl, I got my own things going on right now.
Yeah, like, I'm going to let you get this off your chest. And I'm going to just be like, damn, that's crazy. Like, because I'm over it. After 2 or 3 times. But I also realized, like, when my friend is going through something, I'm going to let you I'm going to make sure you're good. I'm just not going to necessarily engage all the time. But if you need to get that shit off your chest, you can come to me anytime and get that shit off your chest over and over and over again. You're never going to hear me be like, get over it. I'm going to let you get over it on your own. However, don't be mad when I just do me, because this is your shit. And I think Becky is like, when Miami comes around, who said that? Sammy? I think when Becky comes around, it's like, damn, now I really got to confront the shit. Like, I was talking about it, but now I really have to.
And that's my thing. We're talking about it if you don't have no intent to fix it or figure out something that's going to work for you. Because I don't.
Very Crystal from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I feel like I think where Miami is like winning people, because Miami could be a villain too. We just don't know, because Becky has not given us the opportunity to let Miami even be a fucking villain.
I think it's coming.
Yeah, right.
I see. I ain't gonna lie. When we get to episodes 5 and 6, especially 6 or title
especially 7.
I ain't even watched 7 yet, but 6, I was like, oh Lord Jesus.
We see what's going on. But I'm saying, like, let everybody. Becky, you gotta calm the fuck down because
well, they came to a point. They said that
you can get your shit back.
They came to the point that this was all over a guy, and they decided to move forward. So I'm glad that was the final thing of it, and we're gonna talk about them some more later on too.
They besties now.
Sort of, we'll see. So the New York trip is here. They travel to New York. Everybody happy, yay! They get there, and they do a toast, and Miami, everybody's kind of like, I think Miami even showed Brie how to twerk or something like that. They was having a little moment, taking a little champagne. It was cool. And the first thing she says that Ty gets the first room and then Miami gets the second dibs, man. It's so funny because on all these damn shows, on all these group trips, it's always issues with the goddamn room. And you know what? Being somebody that plans trips every year for my birthday, it happens there too. It's always something. So in this moment, everybody gets the room, and if I don't know if folks caught it, but Ty sent Miami downstairs. She said something about looking downstairs. There were no rooms down there. So I don't know if that was intentional or not. But since she went downstairs, all the rooms were upstairs. Everybody grabbed the room. Miami ended up calling a meeting. And I thought she was going to be like, bitch, I need my room. But she just was like, she don't really want no drama. And basically, I feel like Miami is at a place to where she don't really want drama because she knows that she doesn't really fit in this group already. So she doesn't want to create anything else. She's not, I don't think, do y'all think she giving pick me, can I be y'all friend? Or do y'all think it's moving a different way? I think for me, I think it's not pick me. It's very much so like, let me keep it, because I don't want no more issues with these girls. Like, let me try to fit in or whatever.
It's giving me, I don't want to start. I haven't started shit yet, and I don't want to start shit.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to genuinely get in there and get to know everybody and have a good time. But if you come to her with some shit, then I think she's gonna definitely return.
She very don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So while she's down there, Bree is constantly saying, like, I mean, which room do you want? Like, just tell me which room you want. And Miami's like, never mind. Like, I'll just take the room with Candice. I like Candy Girl, whatever she called her. And that's that. But Ty's face gets all, stank. And she just goes into like, I'm just kind of annoyed. And I hate when people do that because what you don't realize is that you're putting a cloud over down. You're making it worse for whatever's going on. It's very much so like, oh, I got some tea, ogre. I can't tell you right now. Like, no, you didn't put it out there. You made it rain on the bitch. It's a cloud. You need to say what you got to say because now nobody knows what's going on, and she clearly creates confusion, which comes up later. But Ty's annoyed. She goes up and she talks to, I forgot who she was talking to about it. I think it was
Amanda.
She tells Amanda that she didn't like that Bree was she felt like Bree was coming at Miami, kind of pressing her. Do y'all think she was?
I think she was.
You talking about Bree?
Yeah.
I think she was. I don't think she was intentionally doing it. I think that's who Bree is.
Exactly. I agree. I think she was. I don't think, but Bree is, because she was.
I think she was doing it like, if you're gonna take my room, just take my room. I think that's what it was. It wasn't like,
it was more so let's just have this conversation.
Like, let me know if it's gonna be me. Like, let me know.
Do you think it was mean girlish?
I think so.
You talking about Bree?
Yeah.
I think it was very Michigan. I think it was very Detroit.
Oh, she is from there.
I think it was very Detroit. And being a bitch from the Midwest, like, everybody's sensitive to me. So what's up? Like, what's up? That's what everybody. What's up? What you want? What you need?
I also think that Bree thought because she had the next best room that it was going to be her. But I also think she was upset because bitch, Amanda got a room to herself too. That's nice too. Why are y'all picking at me? And I think it was more so.
Well, they were apparently the only two they had.
Yeah, but I think it's more so her feeling like Ty was covering for Amanda more than her because that's the way. Which room do you want? Do you want the room?
In the moment, she was like, girl shit. She was like cramping and hungry and moody and shit. And she was just like, come on, y'all. Like, I just want to eat. So I understand being there too. And you psychologically don't realize like that's what's happening, even though you track your shit and stuff. Like you don't realize why you're so grumpy. You just know like I'm in the mood. So I charge it to the game at that point. I charge it to the red wedding.
Okay. Then we've seen Ty's wigs be kind of bad this whole season. So we see her pull out a new fresh bad wig.
Good night.
First of all, she tries to have this Annalise Keaton moment by taking her wig off. I'm like, okay, I don't see no wrong with that. Like, sure. But I wasn't expecting to see the improper color stocking cap. I was like, so she not even securing these bad wigs down? I'm like, good grief. She just don't give a fuck. And that's why I said Ty is from California. And I say that, I'm just gonna say that I don't want to offend nobody. She is from California. And I'm gonna say that and leave it at that. So, but she calls the wig sorry soccer or something. I don't know.
She called it Daphne.
Daphne, because it was red.
Did y'all write that down? How do y'all remember that part?
That's because
I just remember because I remember when she said Daphne, and I immediately just thought about that purple dress and that red hair, and I just.
Okay, well, it was Scooby Doo. All right, so we see that. We see that Patiri is back. Patiri was on last season. Patiri is fine.
It's hell.
Yes, he is.
Bree sets up a date. Now, earlier, Bree did tell Becky that she felt like they don't hang out as much. They want to hang out. But I guess all things went out the window when she talked to Patiri because she ended up scheduling the date at the same time. And baby, poor Becky was just sitting over there in Miami and say, girl, come on, girl, put your shoes on, let's go. Come on, I ain't gonna leave you in the house like that. I was like, okay, Miami. But in the moment that Miami and Becky have, Miami tells Becky she wants her to stop being so passive. And I thought it was a cute little moment. I mean, I think it's a little too, I feel like it's a little bit not organic to where she was giving her that advice, but I do think Becky needs a friend like Miami versus a friend like Bree. That's what, you know, because Becky, she ain't no damn saint, but she has proven to be a little timid.
Weak ass bitch.
Very timid.
And two weak ass bitches don't make a strong bitch. And Bree, we know Bree is sorry, and Becky is just as, I thought Becky was the boss at one point, but this season I learned that she's not that girl. So Miami may be a good look for her. And so in the conversation with Patiri and Bree, Bree acknowledges that she, you know, kind of ditched Becky, but to make it up to her, she has asked Patiri to bring his friends. What was his friend? His crew called?
The 820 group.
I call them the.
That's the group I'm in. That's where I
call them the
820 gang. Fuck a wood, fuck a wolf.
I call them the little train that could do me because they was all the shoot shows. And I was just like, oh.
Them niggas look like they smell good.
Just smell
they look
amazing.
like they all work on Wall Street.
Everybody got a nice bank account.
Yeah. They all drive either a Land Rover, a BMW, like SUV, or a G-Wagon.
They live in New York. Let's start there now. You know, ain't they many cars?
Taxi cabs.
But they look like the niggas that can afford them.
Oh, they got drivers at least.
Yeah. I don't know if they was that rich now. Hold on.
No, baby. I did my research. They are.
Okay.
Oh, when I follow Patiri, immediately saw all the niggas he tagged, looked on each individual page. They all ex-NFL players. They all work on Wall Street. They all got their own businesses and not like little baby e-commerce businesses. They got businesses.
Yeah.
Them some rich niggas.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone.
Well, I'm glad you let me know because I'm still stuck on Patiri. I'm sorry. I Bree don't deserve that man. He need to be. Well, I'm in a relationship already, so that's not even happening. But still.
But Bree the kind of girl a dude like that. No shade. Bree's the kind of girl a dude like that won't.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So we talked about the crew. My comment said choo choo. So you know what I would have been on if I was there. But it was nice. Miami was a vibe. Her left titty kept coming out the whole night. Miami and Becky's friendship, they was like kicking and having a good time. Becky had like one dude over here. Miami was like, girl, whatever one you don't want, give me that one. You know, it was very like cool. I know the owner of that house probably was like, what the hell? Because at one point, Amanda was standing on the chair spinning. And I'm like, I know he watched the episode, but like, I know the fuck y'all did. But the house was nice. And it ended up ending on a good note. There was no arguments. The best scene this part for me was Patiri and Bree kissing, I was kind of turned on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to watch. Let's just be clear. If you're out there and there's a video, please can I watch? I'll even pay the OnlyFans.
Leak it now, right now.
I want to watch.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, I'll be an accessory.
Yes. So in the final scene of this episode, Bree and Becky chat. They talk about the recap of the night, and it's very much so like you're your homegirl talking after whatever night y'all had. Like, girl, last night was crazy. We had a time last night. Becky just happy she got, Becky is the type of friend that needs a guy. That's what makes her happy. Because all of a sudden that depression went out the window real quick.
She forgot all about PJ.
Forgot all about PJ when she had 2 or 3 guys around her. Sure, I'm sure we all know people like that. But in the conversation, Becky tells Bree why Ty was upset, and she tells her that she felt like she was coming and being negative to Miami with asking about the room, and she basically says that she says that Ty said it reminded her of last year, and Ty seems to be very protective of Miami this season. It's like she don't want no issue with her. I don't think she want no issue with it either. So I think she kind of like has that too. But Bree is upset. She feels like they was talking about her in her back, and why couldn't they come talk to her? And she just starts crying. And baby, within seconds, she, even now Becky lost it when she did say that it was exhausting to did she call her exhausting or something like that? She said something. The exact words was like,
Bree said it to her first, and then Becky pretty much brought it back to her. Like,
but Becky basically agreed because she told her that Ty was in on it. Amanda, basically everybody in the damn house.
Because she asked her. She said basically the collective.
Yeah. So I think what Becky was getting at is just like how you view me is how everybody views you sometimes too.
Yeah, and she said it was exhausting. And then they didn't like that. So Bree, I ain't gonna lie, I cracked up when she walked up in that house crying. Her voice cracking, saying like, "You been just weird." Like what? Like I was like, "Oh, poor Bree." So we're gonna talk about this more in episode 5 because she actually addresses it. But did y'all have any thoughts on the way that Becky delivered it? And just kind of how Bree took it wrong.
That's all I got.
Becky delivered that wrong, and then when she saw Bree getting worked up, she didn't even try to be like, no, it wasn't like that.
She didn't try. No, she didn't. It looked like she was like,
"Yeah, bitch." That's what it gave.
That's what the fuck Becky do. She did that with that Tylynn and Rob. She that's what she do.
Yeah, she meant.
I'm Team Bree when it comes to I'm confronting this situation head on right here, right now. Cameras, follow me if the fuck you want, but baby, this is what
I loved it. I loved it.
She went in that house and got straight to it.
There was no breaks. That camera, there was no edit. That was she. They had a camera outside and they had a camera inside, and she walked right through. I was like, "Ooh, okay."
Yep, ain't no edits here, bitch. Like you can't edit this.
But we're gonna talk about. I mean, did she really do anything when we get to talk about episode 5? Because she walked in there, but baby, she ain't really say much. I mean, she did, but. She cried the whole damn time, like, "Oh, Bree girl, she really must be on her period because she is all over the place right now."
I said, when that shit happens, it's like you got to charge it to the game because, baby, I don't know what's going on with my body. Like month to month, I don't know what's going to happen or how I'm going to act or how I'm going to feel. So look, charge it to the game. Be mad at me, be my friend, don't be my friend. But
it's on you.
In these 4-5 days, this is what the fuck I am. This is who I am. I'm crying. I'm Krylin. I'm Bird Bree. I'm fucking Patiri, it's everything. It's everything at once.
Oh, all right. Well, did y'all have any final thoughts on episodes 3 or 4 before we lean out? Because we're gonna continue the conversation with episode 5 and 6 with whomever is gonna be here for the show. So, any final thoughts on episode 4?
I'm just glad that we didn't have to talk about Cheryl or Gerald.
Cheryl,
I'm just glad.
I love that Cheryl. I want to say this. I love that Cheryl is in a relationship and she just has a good time. Like,
he has a problem with that though. Like,
does he?
I think he did say something last season, didn't he? Something like that.
Yeah,
I must have missed that.
You did. It was very blatant though.
Because it's you know what, that situation could have been a little bit much big. Some people don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that, but to have 8 niggas come over, you know what I'm saying, and you got 2 girls that are in relationships, you know what I'm saying? Some men may not be receptive. I wonder, is that gonna be a thing?
4 of them were in relationships when them niggas came over this time.
Who?
Amanda,
Cheryl, and Candace.
And Candace.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. Oh, you're right. So, but what I'm saying is that you didn't. Nobody was like, girl, like I got a man at home. They was all having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
So I like that. I like to see people have a good time. Your relationship, you ain't dead. Okay, people should know that. And
I was gonna say that I'm glad that not only did. I mean, I guess Bree did do a good deed. You ditched the girl to go with her, but at least you brought a bunch of men back to the house for us to have a good time with. But I'm glad that Amanda and all the girls who are in relationships were not stuck up and sticky about it. Like they went and got out the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Got up and got dressed.
Why I forgot Amanda was in a relationship?
She not. She got a roommate.
That's why when I said 2, guess who I was only thinking of Ty and Cher. I forgot about Amanda.
That's because, okay, can I be honest? This whole time, I really thought Rob and Amanda had broke up just from their social media. And you know, you can't, you shouldn't base everything off.
Are they together? I don't know. I don't really.
They still together. They was on a live last week. Then with Ty and Jalen. So I mean, they were together last week. I don't know about today.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. In between filming, I was like, oh yeah, they done broke up.
Okay. Mm.
In my opinion. So that's why I say they give roommate energy, because like I don't think they fucking, but that's none of my business.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna say at this point we got 6 more episodes to talk about. Episodes 1 through 7 are out, and I believe the last 3 come out this week. So by then, or I won't say by then. By then we would have done episodes, the remaining 5, 6, and 7. And then we'll bring it up like that. So if you're watching, hopefully you enjoyed this review between myself, Asia, and Sammy. Obviously, if you watched this, so hopefully you watched the first one. Yes. So if not, go back and watch that, and make sure you catch up on all the other episodes so we can get ready for the upcoming episodes as well. Be sure to hit that like button, and like I said, always subscribe so you can know when we post videos and shows like this, because these are shows that we decide to do, and we just do it. Like here we are on a Sunday. So thank you, Asia. Thank you, Sammy and Chase, who's in the back behind the scenes right now, watching at work. And we'll see y'all next time. Okay, y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
Good afternoon.